Hi, my name's Gail Tabor, and I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. I am about halfway through the studies for my MDiv through CTS. I My denominational history. I grew up in a Church of Christ Christian church um, for my whole childhood. I went to Milligan College, which is a college associated with the Christian Church, Church of Christ. Which, if you're not familiar with that church, it is an evangelical, conservative Christian. They would consider themselves a non-denomination, or at least they did when I was there. Certainly, they are a denomination. Um, their style of worship is devoid of ritual, for the most part, or at least they claim that it is. Um, um, they certainly, the church that I grew up in, had the same service, the same outline of service each week, but they would have said that there was no ritual to what they were doing. Um, um, After I was no longer associated with that church, I tried many different denominations to find a place that was a good fit for me and for my spouse. We have attended Episcopal, Presbyterian, um, Baptist, um, MCC, UU. I mean, we've kind of tried them all. We finally landed about 10 years ago at a United Methodist Church, where we are very loved and supported and are very entrenched in that particular congregation. As you are probably aware, may not be aware, the United Methodist Church hasn't yet resolved their issue with gay people, and we'll be voting later on this month. And so, anyway, that's a little bit about my tradition. As far as worship traditions, like I said, I grew up in a tradition that would have said that there was no tradition. They did not have any creeds or any, I mean, no creed but Jesus. And so when I got to the United Methodist Church, and certainly they recite often the Apostles' Creed, and they do engage in liturgy, and it was a little odd to me, but have come to have a great appreciation for it, and so really feel like I need to know more about. Um, uh, uh, I didn't grow up with that type of worship, and would like to be more well versed and better understand where it comes from, and the history, and just to really understand it. And that's really my purpose in taking this class, is to have a better understanding and to be much more um, just well versed and to understand better. Worship leaders that I admire, um, I think I would say, is Nadia Bolz Weber. Um, Not just because she swears when she preaches, but I like the way that she incorporates liturgy with and traditional with non-traditional. When I hear her speak, I think that she's someone who's very non-traditional, and yet when I have encountered about her, she very much follows a Lutheran liturgy, and so to me, the mixture of the two is very intriguing, and I like that about her a lot. Um, I also, my own pastor that I've had for the last 8 years almost. Um, I appreciate the way that he has introduced me to liturgy, and the way that we've been able to engage in conversation about that liturgy and to address my concerns and my lack of knowledge and um, my uncomfortableness with it. And so I really appreciate those things in him, that he's willing to take the time to have a conversation with someone who's like, yeah, I don't quite get this, and to explain it better and to kind of work through that with me. So anyway, I'm very excited about this class. I'm very excited to study with all of you, and uh, I'm sure we're going to have some really good conversation.